Do you have salespeople on your sales team that their performance is so bad you don't even know if they're working for you? You question whether or not they're actually out there doing what they need to do as they say they are in the reports and the CRM activity that they're showing and so forth. Well, you're not alone. As I've managed sales teams in the past, I had people like that. I hope to shed some clarification on that question whether they're working for you or not. Of course, I don't know them, but I'm going to draw on past experience and I'm going to make an analogy. And that's why I'm down here in my home gym right now with physical fitness and sales success that's going to help clear things up for you, I believe. In fact, I was just starting a workout down here. We're in the basement of my home, and a couple years ago, when I was turning 50 years old, my wife and I built a new house. And physical fitness at my age has always been important, but it became even more important. And I wanted to be able to work out on a consistent basis, but not have to go to the gym like I always did with gym memberships before. My wife's at home, I'm away at the gym. I'd rather be home with her and be able to work out here at our house. And thank God I did all this before the COVID-19 pandemic hit and we were all in quarantine, because I was able to come down here and use all the equipment and work out. And so I just started to work out, and this idea came in about how business owners, sales managers question whether some of the sales members on their team are actually working for them or not. And I said, I'm going to jump right into a video. And in fact, I rigged this microphone up here. It's hanging from, the tricep, here, the pull down, this thing. And it just works out perfect to be right there. So anyway, you know that for example, when I was going to the gym before, my wife didn't go to the gym. We have a treadmill here at the house. And I would always go right after work rather than having to fight the traffic, come home, and then get back there. I just went right from work to the gym. Now, imagine if I'm doing that 4 and 5 times a week, right? Now, if I'm doing that 4 or 5 times a week and my wife knows, he's coming home late tonight because he's at the gym, it's his gym night. Now, after a certain amount of time, let's say that I was out of shape and I wanted to get back into shape, and I said, honey, I've got this routine and I'm going to do, chest and tries one day, back and bis another day, shoulders on another day, and legs on another day. I need 4 days in the gym. And so she says, go for it. I'm doing this. It's 6 months to a year later now. What would happen if my wife looks at me when I have my shirt off and she doesn't see any definition, no muscles, no growth, no nothing? Maybe I was overweight and she hasn't seen me lose any weight. Maybe I was really skinny and all skin and bones and she hasn't seen any muscle growth on there. What would my wife start to think? What's he doing with his time? He's obviously not at the gym, right? And she's probably going to have a long interrogation with me because she knows, like everybody knows, if you're putting the time in and doing the activity, what's going to happen? You're going to get results. Eventually, it doesn't happen overnight, but for sure, there is going to be a physiological change in my body if I'm working out 4 and 5 times a week, especially if I wasn't doing that before, right? I heard Tony Robbins say one time, if I asked everybody in this room, okay, who consistently for years makes it a daily or a weekly habit to be in the gym at least 5 times a week, stand up. He said those people would stand up, and if they're all being honest, you would look at them and say, yeah, I can tell they work out 5 times a week at least, right? Because the evidence of the activity or the evidence of the work is there. It's clear. Likewise, it should be the same thing with your salespeople. If they're telling you, I'm doing the appointments, I'm doing the calls, I'm doing the activity, but you're not seeing the results, 8 or 9 out of 10 times, they're not doing the activity. That's been my experience. If you've experienced something different, tell me about it. But that's been my experience. They're lying about it. Now, not that they're lying, most of them, that they're bad people, but some of them are just so intimidated by sales. Now, you say, well, they're still getting some sales. Yes, every salesperson should get some sales. In fact, sometimes you should be providing company-generated leads, perhaps, that just fall into their lap and they have to go on meetings and meet with people. But when it comes to cold calling, let's say that they don't have the skills to be able to handle the objections that come over. The typical objections when you're calling somebody, you know what they are. Not a good time right now. Happy with my current supplier. All those things that they're going to say to you. Send me some literature. You have to have responses to those, or otherwise you're dead. You don't get another chance. So when salespeople get sales training and they're able to have skills and answers for every one of those objections, guess what? Their skill level goes up and their confidence goes up. And they actually know, not love or enjoy, but look forward to, I'm going to make a certain amount of calls right now. I'm going to block out an hour of time to make calls. And I know that that's going to net me some results, so I'm looking forward to it. How different is that than the salesperson who hides and says he's doing the calls, doing this, but he's not doing that? Likewise, when those salespeople get the skills that they need for the face-to-face meeting, they have the guts, the courage to ask the hard questions, to get to the heart of the matter with that buyer, to find out their needs, find out what they value, what is the criteria, what is the prerequisite for them to make a decision on which vendor is best for them. And that only comes by having the guts to ask those kind of questions and the skill set and the practice to be able to do that as well. So either that person isn't going to the gym, or you've probably, if you've ever been in a gym environment, you've seen people at the gym and they come week after week, month after month. Maybe you had your membership there for years and they have too. Their body never changes. And the reality is you look at their workout and it's probably not such good technique, right? They're doing curls and they're throwing their back like this and not using the right amount of weight, not stepping the weight, not incorporating that with other movements. All the things that a personal trainer tells them to do, puts them on a workout regimen, and they get results. Would you agree that if a person hasn't worked out for years and now they come into the gym and they work 4 and 5 days a week doing moderate weightlifting exercises according to what a professional will tell them to do is the right way to work out, the right routines, would you agree that their body has to change? Of course it does, right? Now, that might be enough to provide change. But guess what? If they want even more, faster change, more improvement, and they want to put this on the fast track, guess what they need to do? Diet. Okay, so diet and exercise go hand in hand. Put those together and you're going to get quick physiological change. Is going to be very evident. It's the same thing with salespeople, holding them accountable to the activity and then providing them with the skills that they need to close more, to get more yeses from the people that they're meeting with. You put that combination together for any salesperson out there, and I promise you, you're going to see change, better results. Okay? So I hope this clears it up for you. If you've got salespeople like that, more than likely, that's the problem. They're not doing the activity, and they have their own reasons. It may be a lack of skills, and we can help you with that too. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.